Hello, my friends. Master Sommelier Peter Neptune here with an episode of my YouTube channel via special request, and keep those requests coming. I really do appreciate your comments and your requests, and I try to fulfill them if I can. They said, hey, could you check out, we love your Trader Joe's reviews under $9.99. What about these wines that they have from quality appellations in Europe at Trader Joe's that are more like 20 bucks? Are any of them any good? Because some of these wines, I mean, normally they'd be 40, 50, 60 bucks. You know, is there anything good at 20? So I went and got three wines, a Brunello di Montalcino, a Saint-Emilion Grand Cru, and a Châteauneuf-du-Pape. And I figured, let's give them a try. Let's see what's doing. I did as much research as I could on the origin of these wines, because sometimes with Trader Joe's, you never know. But I did as best I could. So first up is 2019 Poggio Lontano Brunello di Montalcino, $21.99, so just over $20 from the 2019 vintage. And folks, right off the bat, I'll tell you, if this wine's good for $21.99, man, I'll run back and I'll buy a case. The 2019 vintage is exceptional in Brunello di Montalcino. We had 2015, 2016, absolutely amazing vintages. I never thought anything could get better. And then the 2019 is if you combined the greatness of the 2015 and 2016 vintages. So hopefully this will follow the trend. This, I think, is a Trader Joe's exclusive. It's imported by 8 Vini LLC in Richmond, California. And from what I can garner, it seems it's a Trader Joe's exclusive. Brunello di Montalcino has to be aged a minimum of 2 years in wood and 4 total years before it can be released, which is why the current vintage is the 2019 vintage. Let's check it out. This is, as I would expect, and Brunello has to be 100% Sangiovese. It's called Brunello in the town of Montalcino, perhaps referring to its brown-colored skins. And this is a medium garnet color, and that reflects the amount of aging in wood that is required in Brunello di Montalcino. On the nose, well, it smells like it should. It's a really beautiful aroma of underbrush below the trees, in French, sous bois. Underbrush and black tea, orange pekoe and pekoe tea, sour cherry, which is very, very typical of Sangiovese. Check out my chapter that I did on Chianti Classico if you want to learn more about Sangiovese. Orange peel, there's a little hint of herbal scrub as well, some nice kind of dried tarragon and dried oregano. It's a very, very perfect Sangiovese Brunello nose. So it's everything we expect, and a hint of sandalwood as well. So that checks all my boxes for this varietal. On the palate, developing, by the way. On the palate. Dry. Acidity, medium plus. Tannin, medium plus, high. Acidity is bordering on high. Alcohol is high, about 14.5, which is typical. And the body is full. And, you know, the finish is, the intensity is medium plus, finish is medium plus. Okay, the wine doesn't have enough fruit on the palate. It's overwhelmed by tannin. And so there's just not enough fruit. What's left here is kind of this dried tea leaf character. Really high tannin. And there's just this dried out tea leaf. The fruit is kind of this dried cherry. But I just, right off the bat, I can't recommend it. I just don't think it has the quality that it should. You know, Brunello should be high quality, and this just doesn't have it. It's acceptable. $21.99. I mean, if you decanted it, I poured this straight out of the bottle. If you decanted it a couple hours ahead of time, it probably settled down those tannins. I just don't have enough fruit here. It's like dry. It's like tea, overbrewed tea. So, oh well, we gave it a try. Okay, next up, 2020, Chateau Le Grand Faury, Saint-Emilion Grand Cru. This isn't a lesson on Bordeaux, but Saint-Emilion Grand Cru is an appellation. Doesn't mean the same thing as Grand Cru does in Burgundy or Alsace. That's a single vineyard. Saint-Emilion Grand Cru is an appellation. It's the same to Saint-Emilion as Bordeaux Supérieur is to Bordeaux. Really meaning that compared to Saint-Emilion AOP or AOC, that the Saint-Emilion Grand Cru appellation achieves a little bit more ripeness at somewhat lower yields. It's the jumping off point for Saint-Emilion Grand Cru Classé, which is a classification of quality. So you have to be Saint-Emilion Grand Cru appellation contrôlée to be able to apply for Saint-Emilion Grand Cru Classé. I know it's confusing, but 2020 was a good vintage. 2021 I would stay away from. 2022 not released yet, but a great vintage. I've tasted a few, so just 2020 good vintage. This is deep ruby color, just beyond medium, and this is from a producer called Bouquet Rivillon. They make Chateau Vieux Rivillon, and they've been making that since the 17th century. These guys are putting out some pretty good wine. I'm familiar with Chateau Vieux Rivillon, and the winemaker now, which is named Alexandre Ploc, took over and learned, from winemaking at the great Chateau Cheval Blanc. So, this guy probably knows what he's doing. This is 60% Merlot, 35% Cabernet Franc, 3% Malbec, 2% Cabernet Sauvignon. So it's typical blend of Saint-Emilion, which would be mostly Merlot with Cabernet Franc. Let's see what we got. On the nose, you got the plummy Merlot fruit. So you've got red plum and black plum. There's that herbaceous character there of a little bit of bell pepper. That would be from the Cabernet Franc. We get the red currant from Cabernet Franc. And we get that little bit of hint of cedar and sawdust and a little bit of toasty oak and an overall impression. And then that wonderful thing that we get in Bordeaux, which is kind of that lead pencil or shaved pencil character. Smoky, a little bit of tar. Let's check out the palate. Dry, acid medium plus, tannin medium plus, alcohol's medium, just high, barely high. I'm gonna say 14, and the body is full. This is good. That's a pleasure. This tastes like what it should taste like. It's got good fruit concentration. It's got good earthiness. It's $19.99 at Trader Joe's. And it's lip smacking delicious. I can recommend this wine. It's quite good. It's got, would benefit from a 1 hour decant, but it's got the fruit. It's got the nice black currant, red currant fruit. It's got the black plum, the blue plum. It's got that sawdust, the cedar, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of tar, good concentration, and it's a real solid bottle of Saint-Emilion. Very, very nice. It's very, very good wine, and I can recommend this. $19.99 at Trader Joe's. 2020, Chateau Le Grand Faury. Bravo! So that's a pleasure. Next up, 2020, Jean, the 22nd, Reserve Châteauneuf-du-Pape. Okay, did a little research, $19.99. If we could, Saint-Emilion Grand Cru for $19.99, okay. Can I get a good Châteauneuf-du-Pape for $19.99? They're $50 now, minimum. This is bottled by Vignoble et Compagnie, a negociant. The wine itself appears to come from Chateau Fargueil, who have a Châteauneuf-du-Pape bottling with the same name, Jean the 22nd, which is available at other retailers. It's not entirely clear if this is the same wine. That Chateau Fargueil retails for about $30 and is made up of 80% Grenache, 20% Syrah. And this Trader Joe's version, they're both imported by Plume Ridge. So this might be the same wine for $20. So let's see what we got. medium ruby, getting more towards pale. Grenache doesn't have a lot of color. So the Syrah is adding a little bit more color to give us that more medium ruby, but it's a medium-ish ruby. And on the nose, smells like Chateauneuf-du-Pape. So we got the Grenache, we got the red cherry, the strawberry, the red plum, the white pepper, the clove. And then from the Syrah, I get a little bit of black cherry and blackberry and black pepper. And so we got this combo, and the whole thing smells, you know, Chateauneuf-du-Pape has pretty high alcohol. There's probably 14.5 or 14.9. And I always think that Southern Rhone wines, particularly Grenache-based, smell sunny. It just smells like a sunny day. And the other thing we smell here is that garrigue, the herbal scrub. So a sense of lavender and sage and rosemary blowing in the wind. Very nice. Let's check out the palate. That's good. That's good. $20 Chateauneuf that I would buy and drink. This is dry. Acidity is medium. Body is full. Tannin is medium plus. Alcohol is high. 14.5. Probably 14. Yeah, 14.5. Probably just a little above that. Full-bodied. A lot of fruit. Good tannin. This would benefit from a 1-hour decant as well. But an overall sense of you know, good texture, good layered texture, a lot of red fruit, a lot of wild strawberry, wild cherry. There's a little hint of darker plum here as well. White pepper, black pepper, herbal scrub. Finish is medium plus. Qualities good to very good. I love the initial impression. Little tannic on the finish, you know. So a 1-hour decant would help a lot. But I love the way that wine entered the palate. I love the initial impression. For $19.99, this is very good. So that's a solid buy. We're talking, you know, here we're talking steak à poivre, duck confit, duck breast with a peppercorn sauce. Yum. Here we're talking barbecued beef ribs, barbecued pork ribs, baby back ribs, braised beef, pork. You know, this is barbecue wine right here. This is just, I barbecued up a flank steak last night, and while I had a Bordeaux with it that was delicious, that would have been absolutely great too, because we put a kind of a teriyaki spicy marinade on it, and that would go really well. So I can recommend that wine. So 2 wines for $20 that I can recommend. I can't recommend this Brunello, sorry. But I could recommend these 2 wines, both at Trader Joe's for $20. So that was cool. You know, I tell it like I see it. Hopefully that's what you like about me. And please tell your friends, subscribe if you can. Keep those requests coming. I'll try to fulfill them. And as always, I'll see you next time.